All right. My poor tablet. We're doing the dance again, ladies and gentlemen. My chair is seated a little more toward the center, so you might see my head a little more inadvertently. I'm not doing it on purpose, but you know. Oh, seems like my buddy's online today. Oops, sorry, Bruce. Are you online today, Bruce? Let's see. My buddy might be online. I don't mean to step on his little toes. I can't tell. I don't think he's on. I thought he was on today. Nope, I guess he's not. All right, let's pop in here. It is taking its own sweet little time. Like it usually does. I'll just copy the link, makes life easier. I don't know if I shared it or not. Let's see, did I share it? Of course not. All right. Yeah, this is acting slow as can be, but it's okay. Real slow. Hello, Sonia. Hello, vegan realist. How are you? Who's coming on at 7? Brucey? Oh, that's right. You guys got an hour before Bruce pops up. That's right. Tuesdays. That's right. That's right. That is correct. Forgot about that. I did forget. I'm entitled to. I'm old. put some outrageous clouds in here today. Good to see you, vegan. Okay, let's play, guys. Let's play. Of course, you're not going to see all this blue because it is a transparent color. Meaning if you put it with black, it's going to appear black. Which is what it's doing. But you could do crazy things with it, as you're about to see. Like I say, my head may be in the way, not on purpose, but you know, I got my chair pretty much toward the center, so. I got all sorts of colors kicking up around here. Put it white here. White will certainly almost kind of turn bluish. You gotta rinse off your brush when you do something like this. So whatever's meant to be white kind of stays that way, more or less. Don't know how smooth I'll get it because I got the fan blowing and that glycerin is drying at a ridiculous rate. So we'll do our best. Yeah, it's drying up pretty good. It's drying up pretty good. It has to be kind of expected because of the fan blowing on it, but that's all right. We will make do with it, trust me. I'll try the best I can with it. It's just I don't want to really bake to death in this room while I'm doing this. There'll be some cute dry brushing in here. Hey, Sharon. Because of the drying of the glycerin, I'm gonna have to do it another way, more or less, but that's okay. We're gonna work at it. And work at it, and work at it, and work at it. And by the way, work at it some more. Yeah, I guess you can say that. I've had to go to the church and do the audio thing. I believe I got it straight. One could hope. We'll see. I got to do a series of tests on that. And I'll get to it. I definitely will. Definitely will get to it. Kind of a never-ending process, really. Try to get it right. The audio. The video's fine. The video looks great. It's just the audio's giving me a little issue, so I got to work on that. There's a few things I got to get done this week, and I got to do it when time permits. But we'll get this painting worked out here. I wanted to go a different route, but I couldn't, so I gotta just formulate the clouds a different way. It's just no big deal. Phthalo blue. We got phthalo blue going on. Let me think about it here. Phthalo blue, ultramarine blue. That's what we're working with so far, and a little bit of white. So if you see my head pop in the frame like that, I'm differently today. I don't have titanium white per se. I've got a pretty cool alternative, which is what you see me with right now. And as you can see, you can do clouds with a variety of different brushes to give you a different look each one. So it's really up to you how you want to formulate your clouds. It's all up to you. And just a series of rubs till you blend in what you want. Depending on how much of the cloud play you're looking for. They'll look a lot more spectacular once the water's put in. Hey, what's going on, Brucey? Yeah, I know you got your gig going on in a few. I try not to go on when I know that you're going to be on. I just wasn't thinking. I'm entitled to have my old man moments, and that was definitely one. So sorry about that. I see my buddy from Australia just popped on. Her name's Jen, not Ian. Ian will make his debut in a couple days, I think. Indianapolis comes back on. Some of the clouds got to be a little darker so the other ones stand out a little more. So I'm just kind of blocking certain bits of clouds in a little bit more than others. And this is how you kind of build up depth and everything. Okay, all the darker stuff recede while the brighter stuff comes forward. That type of thing. So it's up to you how much you want darkened, how much you want lightened, what you want come up front, what you want to be in the back. You know. Sugar Plum, hello. I kind of want intensity, but not really on the edges. So we'll play around with some brightness here and there. Fade out the rest. I'll have some come up in here in the center a little bit. And I just lightly pat the rest of it down. Anything bright is really going to come out toward the front, so just be mindful of that. Pretty much wet on dry now. The glycerin, because of the fan blowing back there, kind of kills a lot of that. You're not feeling, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Trust me, I've had those days. I've had those days. Whatever I want pretty bright, I just keep working at it on that same spot. I don't have to drag, I just pat it in there. really playing around with the horizon line there. As you do it, you start to see certain little shapes and stuff kind of meticulously form around your pattern. And you just work with it, dab it around there, and you kind of... So stuff starts to take shape as you keep doing it. So never get discouraged. Never get discouraged if it doesn't first turn out the way you hoped for it to turn out. You just got to keep going at it, keep working at it. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. It'll get there. It will get there. Same technique, just a different color. Because there's just some underlying stuff I want a little darker, that's all. And you just scumble the rest out. You know, I want my intensity at a certain spot. And just scumble out the rest. So you're able to manipulate and work what you would like to work out. Sweet and sassy. Hello, how are you, Lori? I can stop messing around with this a little bit now. I think this needs to be, well, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. I would usually take a filbert and do all of this. See, I want the intensity, but not on the edges. On the edges, I can kind of fade those out. So it's just really a series of taps, and you just fluff and drag out the rest. I still want to play around with that horizon line a little bit. I'll kind of put some brightness in here. I'll fluff it out. Let's borrow from over here. Tap it away there. Snake some into that dark area there. Like that. I'm wiping a lot of the residual paint off my brush, and I'll scumble some more. Yes, scumble is actually a word. It's just I guess a nice, pretty word for dry brush. Basically. All right, I think that's about it for this part. I don't usually do this. Usually. because I can pretty much, and I'm only pressing down on the bottom edge, not really the top, just like that. Okay, so let's get with this bottom half here. I have an oscillating fan, so when the strong gust comes that way, yeah, the tape may peel off a little bit. I thought that was cute. Okay, let's get a little glycerin. It just helps the tape blend and whatnot. All right, our tape blend, the paint blend. Like I say, I'm entitled to my old ageisms. Don't worry about that stuff. You're not gonna tell. You're not gonna tell. You're not even gonna realize it. So I just put the glycerin there to kind of make things nice and slick a wee bit. I'm not really worried about this flapping around. It's okay. Let it flap. All right. Let it flap around. It's all right. Let it flap around. It's all right. Let it do its little flap thing. Once I get the colors established, it's gonna come off anyway, so I don't care. That's all I'm basically doing, is getting the colors established a little bit here and there, especially up top here. I think I even throw in a little bit of yellow ochre in there. Just a little bit. I'll bring some of that. Just a little bit. May not matter much by the time it's all said and done, but I'll throw in a little variance of this stuff. All right. Just a slight touch of this, somewhere in here. Something like that. Wide strokes, wide strokes. So many different ways to do what I'm doing. It's whatever helps you, whatever's easiest for you. Something of that sort, nature, something like that. And just keep toying with it. Sorry, my camera is like right there. But you're afforded to do stuff like this with glycerin, because glycerin is still wet. So you can kind of play around with it like that. Then, once again, straighten it all out. Ah, the fun of glycerin. As the glycerin starts to dry and get tacky, you can build up some more color. Then after you get done playing with it a little bit, then you can kind of add a little black in there. All glycerin does really help you blend and whatnot. So it gives you a nice, once it, because glycerin expands when it dries, so you barely see some of the strokes marks. All depends on what you want in your water, okay? How you want your water to look and all of that stuff. All right. Something like that. I know you can barely see it over here, but it's there. It's there. Does glycerin dry faster with the fan on? Sure it does. Vegetable glycerin is water-based, not oil-based. I deal with acrylic paint, and yes, it will dry faster. Of course. Okie dokie then. You see how things are starting to look more or less? Okay. All right. I'm pretty certain you guys can see that mark. I'm looking for my rubber brushes. I do have them around somewhere. I just don't tend to use them very much. This might give a strong enough indication, maybe. All right, you bet you'll see that. Hello, Marilyn. No, you're not late, really. You're not late. Okay, I'm just gonna say something else. Yeah, if you do have a question, put it in caps. I can see it a lot easier. All right. What I'm doing probably doesn't make sense to you, but it will in a few. A wave is kind of like a tube, all right? I don't know if you guys can see that, but a wave is kind of built like a tube going in that direction. And as you go in that direction, it gets more narrow toward the actual curl. But as you go on, it starts to narrow out, it flatten out like that. You follow me? So if it gets really, really narrow, like in here, it gets very narrow in here like that, right? But as you keep going, I'll just use this, it starts to narrow out more. It starts to flatten out like that. It starts to flatten out some more, and flatten out some more, and flatten out some more, like that. Okay. We'll lighten some of that up a little bit. This tube here gets really curly all up in here, but it's pretty dark in here anyway. So up under here is a shadow, so don't worry about all of that. But just fill that in. Not gonna matter. It's all dark under here anyway. The shadow there. Scrub that out. Just kind of make it travel there. But you do need that darkness in there. What I'm doing right now might be a little silly to you, but it won't in a second or two. Give me a little bit. Hold on. Hey Billy, what's happening? How you doing? Hope all's well with you. I've been seeing your paintings. I've been seeing them. I've been checking them out. I've been very busy, but I've seen them. Just want to let you know that while you're here, I have been seeing them. Is it starting to make a little sense to you guys now? Just keep building it up. Keep building it up. Keep building it up. I'm just using white. And if you notice, it's only at one spot, pretty much. Just right there. Brush downward. Still keep in with the flow of your wave. Remember, as you go further down, they get flatter and flatter. Yeah, it gets a little flatter and it gets a little flatter. Making a little sense there, guys? I'm just picking certain spots where a little bit of light is kind of showing through and it's accentuate the curve a little bit. Soft brush the edge there. Keep it pretty intense where the middle is though. You can have kind of a tight curl in there. Hello, Wonka. How are you? Welcome. Before you go to sleep, Wonka, where you from? It's got to be another country somewhere. Curious minds want to know. I think Wonka has left the building. Keep working at it, guys. Keep working at it. Don't get frustrated. It's just, this is all white. Obviously, if I keep blending, it's going to mix in with that that blue. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Y'all forgive Jim. He's been borrowing from the Anderson joke book. Jim has had quite a birthday batch, online birthday celebration, which is very nice of everybody. Very nice. All right, let's stop playing with that for a while. Let's move on. How you doing, Jim? I'm doing, brother. I'm doing. Solid black, yes. It's underneath of the wave here, underneath the crest. Ran out of blue. A lot of scumbling going on. I'm not worried about down below. It's just fading up here. Get a little bit of glycerin. We'll put it right here. Get some of this blue. Remember, glycerin thins out the paint, helps keep the paint kind of loose and all of that. Okay. And your wave goes in one general direction, no matter where the curl goes in one direction. Bring some of that dark up into it, but keep that curl going. Keep that curl going. Don't worry about down here. All up here, be concerned about a little bit. Don't worry about all of this stuff, because you can kind of do the X stroke thing, make it nice and smooth like this. Don't worry about all of that. A little bit of red, a little bit of this blue, pretty dark. Some deep violet here. All up in here. And keep working at it. Just keep working at it. I can take a larger brush and do all of this, but much like the clouds, you keep the intensity where you want it and you fade out the rest. Continuing to go with the flow, the stroke of the wave. All right. Intensity in the center, you fade out the rest. Make sure your brightness is bright enough and long enough. You know, you got foam to contend with a little later. Get a little bit of blue and black together here. Actually, I should be working on this part last. Really, should be working back here first, and I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Yeah, well, let's work back there first. I should have been working back there, but yeah, you know. Yeah. Okay. There's a few ways I can tackle a couple of these. Let's do it the easy way first. I'll just take black and maybe a little blue in there. And a little glycerin, just a little bit. Loosen up the paint. Let's start from whatever, what the heck. Right here is fine. I'll take my head out the way. And what I'll do is I'll just do the line first. If anybody want to try this, I'll just do the line, go to the line, do the line, do the line, straight across, straight across. I hope it's just straight across. Do a line straight across. And you just take it and you just wave it a couple. Wave it, wave it, wave it. Just like that, just kind of. You don't have to make them even. Just kind of give a little wave here. Something like this, just kind of wave it. The top is really more important than anything, all this stuff down here. All right, we'll do another one. A little glycerin. Further back. Oh, I'll do another line. I'll do a line right about here. I'll do a line here. I'll try to keep it as straight as possible, best I can anyway. And then once again, just little ones. Just kind of. Some are bigger. A fan brush would do better, but it's okay. You're really just destroying that bottom line there. Don't bump into the other one though. Okay, so we're gonna get a series of them going back there. I guess up here, we'll get some short ones in here like this. We'll just break it up with the black like that. Let's kind of churn it up back there like this. Horizontal though, horizontal. Keep them horizontal. Something like that back there. Try not to paint the camera. Bad for business. I guess I'll start with the I'll do it with a fan brush. I'll do it with the baby fan brush. Okay, let's dip into a little bit of this white. We'll put it right here. A little bit of this ultramarine blue. We'll kind of lighten it up a little bit. we'll do it with water. Just loosen it up there a tad, all right? That should be more than enough to do what I need to do. I'll clean off the brush because all I need is the tip. A softer fan brush would really do you well. I don't seem to find one here. I'm looking. We'll just work with this. Just the tip of the brush, the direct bottom of the brush. We have this one first. And so what we'll do is that we'll just kind of create a crest up here like this. And you take it and go this way. Mix it right into that black. And then you kind of crest it again. And kind of, see that? Go in one direction with it. If you want them a little smoother, just keep repeating the process. If you want them smoother, I'd have this one come out a little bit more like that. Go back into it, just the tip of the brush. I'll put the little foamies back on it there, just like that. And you just keep it moving. Really simple technique. This is what, if it's something you would like to do. Okay, you can get a lot of action going doing this. A little more white. A little touch of the I forgot the name of the blue. I got way too much going on my mind. Ultramarine blue. I'm gonna try to sit back here for you guys. A couple more dots here and there. Bump up them dots and go that way. I kind of maybe want to have something a little more lively here on this end and kind of pump that up here a little bit, and then and what you do to get away with something like this is to make them make your center one kind of large, and then you just taper it off. All right, but that's how you do that. Like so. All right, and as it's drying or whatnot, you can always kind of, smooth it out a little bit. If you wanted to blend into your water a little bit better, blend them in. It's just a repeat process of what I'm doing. You just blend it in a bit. If you want your wave caps to be a little shinier, a little brighter, go into some white. And you can kind of see that, kind of activate those again a little bit there. See this? And I'm just taking my brush, I'm going like twisting back and forth. Come here and do some up in here like that. You get some highlights on a couple of them. Up to you. I mean, really up to you. Kind of give it a little curve there. That curving stroke that I'm doing really helps out. Okay. Okay, you got some back here. You're gonna add more water than anything. No glycerin, more water. And very gentle back here. Same thing, come up on the top. Just like that, and you kind of, if you can curve them really good, curve them. Almost flat. It's kind of hard for me to see because of the glow, but of the glycerin. But it's all right. We're gonna work it. We're gonna make it happen, Captain. Now back there, don't necessarily have to use this brush. I'm going to. A thinner brush would work. And basically get some flatheads going on there. And you can always kind of thin them out and blend them out a little bit in case they're a little heavy-handed. I'm gonna come up front, I'm gonna add a little more white to my mix. And it's the guys in the front here. Add a little more white to them. Bring them out a little bit more. Have them stand out a bit. But these guys are in the, well, they're, you know, these are the ones preceding the giant wave in the front. You can skip a few, you can add a few, it's up to you. This is your wave, your world. You do what you feel is right for your wave. The main thing to get a convincing C scene is to make them, it's the curve. That curve means everything. You got me? All right. Of course, it's a weird kind of curve because I got the wave going this way, yet the curves are going that way. That's not right. But unless I just said it, you guys wouldn't have noticed it. But yeah, I got the curves going the wrong way. That's okay. Side-eyed. All right. Let's do something back here for a second. I'm getting a larger and larger pile of brushes over here beyond the camera range. That's really not good. Okay, let's clean some of this up. It is becoming a mess. I'm just using a palette knife. This is a glass palette. Very simple, very easy to clean. I'm just getting rid of some of the, so a lot of this paint has been wind dried, so it's kind of like no good. There we go. All right, I just wanted to clean it up a little bit here. All right. Oh, where was I going? Oh yes, let's get a little bit of white. We'll spread it out like that, really thin. Let's take it and spread it out pretty thin. Get a swipe across. And then as straight as you can. As straight as you, now if it breaks a little bit, that's fine. Actually, that'll add to it, if anything. Okay. If you can get it to break a little, that's fine. Accentuate that horizon line back there, okay? I'm getting a little bit of white, or water, a little bit of white. Be careful doing this. Sometimes it's work, sometimes it doesn't. Get as close as you can. And we're gonna add some little sparkles in there. Just be careful. Preferably, if you had tape above this, it would do good for you. If not, get as close as you can. You guys may or may not see this. Now it's dry up above here, so I'm not really worried about it. But you can add little, cute little, look like little sparkles in the waves there. If you get some up here, wipe them away quickly, and I mean quickly. because it does dry instantly. If they're in the clouds, you can't really tell. It doesn't matter. Some little sparkle things back there. You might have to go over it a few times because you are using water, and as it dries, it thins up, okay? But it's really up to you if you would like to do that or not. Up to you. Okay. Since I got the fan brush, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. We're gonna use a little phthalo blue. It's got a little water in it. I think I should be able to get away with it. And you just continue the curvature. Now, it's gonna need, and I'll add glycerin. Because you don't see it. And we're going to, just like that, just press. Doesn't have to be even. Come on down, come on down, come on down. Especially toward the middle, they get the largest in the middle. Continue the curve. Remember, toward here, the curve is tighter, right in here. Okay, then it's gonna start to flatten out, but flatten out in the other direction. It goes out that way. Okay. You might not be able to see that until I lighten it up a tad. So let me lighten it up a tad. I'll use glycerin because I think I used glycerin from the other one, so we just use glycerin. All right, the curl is really tight here. But as you go on, they start to kind of expand a little bit, going outward like this, outward. Okay, like that. In the middle is usually the brightest, usually. Okay. I'm going to use a little touch of black, a little touch of phthalo blue, a little touch of black. And we're going to come back here and we're going to kind of get our shadow point right up in here, all up in there a little bit. Get some more of this blue black. We're going to kind of do the same thing here, kind of build up a shadow on the curve of the wave there. Yes, something like that there. Really get some action going over there. Little black, little blue. Okay, up around in here, same thing. Get some of that dark going right up in here. I know it's odd that you would add dark into this, but yes. Put it right in there. All up in your wave there. This will make sense in a second or two. Just like that. Put it in there. Just like that. Just, you're basically really outlining your wave. All right. I think should be enough of that. Maybe a little something in here. Just, we're supposed to be getting it. We do have our warnings and whatnot. I can check the map and see exactly, because we're at 83 degrees so far out here, so I'll check and see. I'll show it to you. Let's see what the radar talks about here. Yeah, it's about 7:08 p.m. here, so I probably would have to refresh this thing because it's not, we've been getting warnings about it, so let's see. All right. No, it's definitely coming your way right now. We do have something coming in our direction, but Vermont, you're about to get hit. I can show you. How close can I get this to you guys where it's in focus somewhat? Let me show something. Okay, do you see where Vermont is? Or do I have it to... Okay, up here where you see the cross symbol here, that's Vermont. And look at the red. All right, so where the minus symbol is, that's Vermont. And look at the red. And you see where the red is coming towards us. So it'll be here probably in the next 15-20 minutes. But yeah, Vermont, you're about to get blasted, dude. There's a big wall of it coming in your direction. All right. Yeah. You're about to get smacked, dude. Ours is coming soon enough. Most of it avoided us, but we're not avoiding what's coming from out of Rochester off the Great Lake there. But it's coming. Okay. As you can see, it then got dark outside. I didn't close the windows. Okay. Enough being weatherman. Let's continue on. We're going to get some foam going and everything, and then we'll mess with more of this. Okay, let's get some foam happening here. I'm gonna use this blue. The white's dried up already, so I'll use some of this blue, put some white in here. I'm still using a flat brush, and as I'm talking, the wind is starting to blow because the trees are starting to go like this. So Bruce has got great timing. Yeah, I can hear it now. Now the wind is swaying. The trees are going like this as soon as Bruce mentions it, right? Yeah, that red line is you. You're getting more of it. Wow. Yeah, it's coming, brother. Okay, we're gonna get our little foggy, our mist going here, our little patch of stuff in here. Yes, we're going to use the dark blue, mixing in with the blackish blue color that we have, and basically adding a little bit of pre-foam stuff up top here. You're not getting rid of totally getting rid of the black, and don't be so concerned about the waves on behind this stuff. Okay, it's, you know, making some of that stuff disappear is actually what adds to your painting. All right. So you have to keep that in mind. People will still see what you got going on back there. But right now, up front here, you know, you got all of this activity happening here. All right. And I think that gets people stuck a little bit when they work on a background or mid-ground and they don't want all of it to disappear. It's not going to necessarily disappear, but it's also what the, you know, what the subject of price is in the background. It's in the back there. So. Okay, so we got a little bit of that happening there. Okay, and all it takes now, really, I'll just clean off my brush real fast. It's just some white paint. It is pretty much like you're scumbling a cloud. Same technique. It's just you're using it for the curling water of the wave. And I'll just kind of scumble some interesting kind of patterns to it, all up in here. Same approach like you would take a cloud. Okay. So use some of that preceding color that you had. You're gonna use that. Like I said, you could take another brush. You don't necessarily have to use like a brush that I'm using, but you approach this like you would approach painting a cloud. Same type of technique, more or less. Some come down right by the edge, some come over the edge, some does not. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And you don't necessarily have to use a flat brush. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. I'm just lazy. All right. And remember, what color you think is super bright at the time it starts to die down, dull out. Okay, so you can actually go darker. Yeah, it's gotten really dark all of a sudden, like right now. Eventually I gotta take the dog out in this mess, and he hates the rain with a passion. He doesn't like it. So his bathroom trips are really fast. If at all. Sometimes he'll stand at the door and just turn around and go back in. It's like, I'll wait. Okay. I do hear the rumble of thunder, so it is coming. I'm just using the corner of the brush. Now I'm just going to use the pure white. I really should use a different brush, but I'm not going to. I'm using the intensity of the color, and then I'm going around it. And you're just building up series of this stuff. But I'm using the brightest color to do so. And essentially, it's basically you're doing cloud shapes, and you're just, calling it mist, basically. And it's just bright white. And I'm gonna scumble some, because once again, I want the intensity of a few, then I'll scumble around the rest. So I hope what I'm doing makes a lot of sense. I hope. Who was that? Who said that, Jim? Yeah. We actually had a tornado in Westernville, for those of you who might not be familiar. It's about 30 miles away from here. We had I guess it was the F1 or F2. I know it tore apart some property pretty good. It took off the steeple of the church, took the roof right off, twisted trees and gates and whatnot. It's very rare that we have tornadoes in this area, but they do happen if the conditions are right. The closest one has been in our area. I think we had one on Griffiths Air Force Base, or it's not Air Force Base anymore, but it was a big white one, big white tornado. I know a police officer's dash cam caught it. They didn't show much of it. They got rid of it after a while because, something like that will freak people out for real. Because, we're not really accustomed to having anything like that here. So they did have it on. They had it online. Then all of a sudden it was gone. They took it off there quick, fast, and in a hurry because people were standing there looking at the thing. It was enormous. I do have the picture before they took it off. I got it stored somewhere. But it was pretty impressive. And I remember that day seeing the wall cloud when I was coming back home. The wall cloud was something else. I got pictures of that too. The wall cloud, I knew we were going to get hit because of the wall cloud looking the way it does. Okay, so we've got, the majority of what we got going on here. Now, as we got the body of the wave done, pretty much, we're going to go into the details of all of this stuff here, which really isn't, as daunting as you would think. But I'm going to do something here. I'm going to make this a little darker back there so this stuff comes forward. And I'm going to show you how to do that. It's not going to take very long at all. Clean off this brush real good. Oh, I'll use a 3/4 brush. I'm gonna get a little vegetable glycerin here. You guys should be able to see it. I'll put it right here. Get a little black, pop it in there like that. Get a little bit of blue, pop the blue in there, just like that. Blue, black, and glycerin, just like this. I'm gonna come back here in the back, and we're gonna darken all of that a little bit. Right up top up there. Not all of it's going to disappear. I'm just making it a little darker so the wave comes out in front, in the forefront. There. The wave in the front is the center of attention there. That guy. All right. Everything else will show. As it dries. Okay, let's play around with this stuff here. Let's get a little bit of well, I don't want to yeah, I know what I'll do. We'll play around with the glycerin part of it here. The black and the blue. We'll use this. Get a little more glycerin. A little more black. Put it in there. Now, adding glycerin to paint, once again, it just makes it more transparent than anything else, okay? I'll get a little more blue, put it in there. A little glycerin. Really get it loosened up here, the paint. And the more I do this, the more it's going to curl up into your painting a little bit. Bruce is going to get hammered for a minute because it's going right up into his state. All right. Where was I? Okay. This stuff. All right. Let's scrape some more of this trash out of here. This white, this is Waverly white. You get it right from Walmart. Once it dries, as you can hear, it dries like rock. It's very, very. Once it's on there, it's on there. So I'm just cleaning this off real fast. Rubbing alcohol will take this off also. My garbage pail's like right below me here, right next to this pallet, so it's just scraping off, going right into the trash. Five by 6 feet picture windows, not good in a storm, not good. I hope everything turn out well for you. You stay safe out there, man. Really. Okay. Where am I at here? Okay. All right, let's get a script liner brush and some water and some white. And we'll just put it right here. I could put a little blue in that, but I don't think I necessarily would have to. We'll take this, okay, and we'll start making our little dances across, particularly in here. Remember, the closer you get to the barrel part, you know, you start adding little motion lines to it like this, but curl them. It's really important to keep the curl going with it. All right. And you can actually go across a little bit like that. And remember, as you do the curls, as you're getting them going, whatever, remember they start to kind of curve flat. All right. Yeah, you're getting slammed, brother. I mean, no doubt you're getting pummeled out there. We're about to get a piece of it too. Okay, so as I got a few of those in there, let those tack up and do their thing. Let's go into, I'll use the round brush. Get our our mist and our craziness going in there. We'll use a little bit of blue first. I got just the dark blue. I'm gonna scumble some of that in there. I know you're like, why are you using blue and it's already black? Well, when I add the white, okay, you'll see as we go on here. Let's take a little bit of white, little dot of white. We'll kind of dot it up in here. See this? And then you kind of see what's going on there. I can scumble it there. It doesn't matter at this point. And just a little dot of white on the brush will give this effect. Come on up here. Don't be afraid to put this stuff right into your wave. Okay, all up in there. Bring some of it down. Scumble away. Don't get rid of all your dark. And you do it in steps. Do it in stages here. People get a little timid when you start putting that white all into your hard work up there in your wave, and you want it to look like a wave. You gotta paint it the way a wave will look. Okay. See? Now, as you guys are looking at this from an angle, you'll see what it will look like truly once I post it. Some of my white is going bye-bye, which is fine, that's cool. You have a good night, Bruce. And be careful out there, boss. Okay, let's take a little bit of well, we'll use the fan brush, it's okay. We'll get a little bit of this, we'll get a little bit of water, get a little bit of this white. not for the faint of heart. Bravery test. You take the white paintbrush, you go a little further away, and you just get some nice bright splatters in there for the wave there. Put it right up in there. Put some of it in your sky. It's a pretty interesting dance you do, because you got to kind of make it opaque, but not too runny, to where there we go. So get some of that spray going. The more you do it, the more you get accustomed to it. You guys aren't going to see it very well because of the glare from the light. Of course, I ran out of white at the almost the final stage of this thing. I ran out of paint, but I think that's a good thing, because you really don't want a ton of paint and you only got a few things to do. It just kills everything, you know. I got a few rocks to put in here, and really that's it. And some waves going over the rocks, and that's that. Who knows if it hits me, maybe I'll throw a seagull in there or something. Who knows? All right, a little more white paint makes it a little more opaque. You can see it better. Just like that. So it's a gentle dance between all this opaque stuff. I think we're good here. Okay, enough of that. Yo, wall clouds are very ominous. Wall clouds are the type of clouds you really don't want to see around, but it's just what's on the end of the wall cloud is the dangerous part. That's the part you don't want to be around. Where am I doing? Okay. I can actually add a few bits of, if I can get away with it, I'll just add a few bits down, because I done changed everything. So I'll add a few, I can get away with this, especially in the back here. A few motion lines back here, just like this. Especially toward the center. I'll add a few, let's keep them straight. I have some trailing back here a little bit, but for the most part, keep some of these guys straight back there. Just like that. Yeah, we're good around there. That's good. Okay. All right. Now, then I've got a lot of this happening and going on. Let me add a bit of something here. I'll use the flat brush. We'll add a little bit of this alizarin crimson, a little bit of this umber. I don't have that much blue left anymore. It's really too bad. It's a dark that I particularly like, and we don't have much of it. I need a little more blue, so I like this dark, so I think I'm going to use that, so I'm going to bust out with some more blue. So it is umber, phthalo blue, and alizarin crimson. Makes a very cool dark color, not black, but dark enough it could pass for it. A little more gentle of a dark. Okay. Yes, it will be behind this stuff, behind the wave. At least this one will be. I can make the other stuff return, the foam and all that. I'm not worried about that. There we go. So don't worry about all of that. We'll tend to that later. This is the stuff that kind of makes your wave. Okay. It's actually the stuff you put in the water or around it. Yeah, I'll make him kind of go off the page there. Like that. I was hoping I have enough paint for the second one. I may or may not. I might just block all that in. I might not. I'm gonna try to eke out as much as I can with it. I think I got the most of it, just about that. And if I don't, I get a little touch, and I mean a very little touch of water, loosen up the paint just a little bit. Get some more. And kind of straighten that, get that craggy edge there. All right, I think we did that pretty good. All right, something like that. We'll let that kind of tack up and dry. What paint is that from Walmart? That. They do come in different sizes. Okay. I have them in all colors back there. Okay. Since I've established a lot of that, let's as I'm thinking about it, I guess we can do it this way. This way, I guess it's the quick way to do it. Like I said, it's just the sake of time and everything. Let's just take, okay, see that glob of stuff I just did? You can take that and make the foam of the water another bravery test, because you have to go toward the kind of the curvature of it. It's up to you if you want to do this or not. You don't have to. Okay, I'll just take it and I'll just kind of stuff like this. But you gotta really concentrate on the curvature of the water to do stuff like that. Go right on up in there with it. It's up to you. You don't have to do it like this if you don't want to. But you can see all the action that happens when you do stuff like that. Okay. And just like anything else, you can kind of blend it and fade it and all that sort of stuff. Up to you. You don't have to do this. Bring it up there a little bit. Like I said, you can mix that and blend that. All sorts of things you can do. You can make little streaky caps that come up as it curls up in there. See all the different colors, or at least the different intensities of white you can get in there, like so. Okay. So that's really up to you if you want to go that route. Up to you. And you can, I'll take this brush. Like I say, if it's too intense up top, you know, kind of tap and tame some of that down in there. Up to you. See? All up to you. See? Okay. Easily tone it down a little bit. All right. All up to you. But look what's going on with it. Okay. All right. Let's take a little bit of yellow ochre and white. We'll take a little bit of that brown, throw that in there. I like the color. It can do to be a little darker. I'll throw a little black in it. Be careful, because it will have the propensity to turn a little greenish on you. So just be careful. I think this will work. Get it pretty flat. Go across. And we'll get some craggy looking rock texture going with this fella. We'll start off here and kind of just like that. Get some craggy things going here with it. Very light. Shake the brush around a little bit. Just kind of see this. It's like you don't have to color the whole rock. Don't do that. Just here and there, little bits and pieces. All right, basically all it takes. What you're looking at right now. All right, this is a little bit of yellow ochre, umber, and a touch of black. And remember, when this stuff dries, it gets darker. It sets. The color sets. So you can get very interesting patterns going from here. See that? I'll borrow some from other spots and bring it over that way. Kind of turn it around. I got paint on the other side, so I'll go over here like that, and I'll just kind of rub it in there. Let's take a little bit of white. Mix it in with the same color, but you're using more white than anything. I use a little bit more white. Okay. But rub the white paint into the color you previously used for highlights and such. Yeah, I guess I'll put the highlights on this side. Very delicate, like. We'll come around on the side here, like that. And you don't really need too much of this. I won't go towards the back of it. I'll keep it more in the front. ish area. Something like that. Flatten it out. We're going to go toward the other guy over there. Maybe I'll give him a little bit of little something over there like that. Okay, this guy, pretty much the same thing. Come over here and kind of eke out a little something there. Don't force it. We come around, we'll scoop it around this way and come down. And your scroll was way behind. Mines get like that too. I have to refresh it every so often. Okay, all right, that's good. Let's take a fan brush. Some of these effects are like the easiest to do, and of course I ran out of white paint again. As you can see, the Waverly paint is liquid, but it's very, very thick. It's not like the apple barrel stuff. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. Just a tip of the brush. And we'll get some wave action going on. There's a few ways you can approach to do these. You can... I'll do it from here. No. I can do it here, but if I do, then I can't really show the other one. Yeah, maybe I can. Maybe I can. But here you can just do a couple dots like this. See the dots here? Get them thick, and then you just trail upward, up the wave. Up the wave. Like that. Like that. But it gets just like that. Okay? Something like that. Alright. You can even do this on the wave itself. If you would like. A couple of dots there, and you kind of travel, curve them. It's like that. So it keeps with the flow of the water a little bit. You know, add a little kind of curve them. And it gets thicker as you go towards the, you know, towards us. If that's what you want to do. Really up to you, you know, sure thing. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show, which I really don't believe I can, kind of, sort of. But if you want water hitting off the rocks, it would have been perfect to do it here. Maybe I'll get away with it a little bit, kind of, sort of. We come here, we add like a big blotch of this, like that. You just take it and you just kind of curve it right into the water, like that. Something like that. Curves right, nice deep curve right into the water, like that. Okay. It's really hard to kind of show it anywhere else. I'll kind of get a splash or something right in here. And then you kind of curve it around. It's kind of, I'll curve it right over this guy. I can get it that way to curve around. So we get a nice highlight here and just kind of put it right over there like that. And break some of that up a little bit. but stuff like that. All right. Bet you thought I forgot about him. I did not. Let's do him in. Right here. Got some more of that. We'll add a little white. We'll put him, like, pretty much lighten him up a little bit. Maybe even a touch of blue in that. Because it's gray, it turns into a grayish color. So we'll just add that. All right. And then we add some texture, have a little fun with it. Come on down like that. Come here. Take them, curve them around a little bit. Well, Sharon, we all have our errors. Like I say, my painting's totally wrong. I got waves going in 2 different directions. But you would have never known if I didn't say anything. But yeah, they are. But you can't really tell now because of all the mist. So I guess I saved myself. But yeah, that was crazy. But as you see, the rocks are not the same color. I just lightened them, added a little bit of blue to them. Add a little white to it. Mixed in with this grayish color. It's just a brighter version of what I have already. Just a little lighter. Try to get a nice thin roll. Pop in a few highlights in there. Actually, we had the highlights going all the way like this. Curve around a little bit. Do it right here too. Have it kind of snake around there. That. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hello, Jovette, how are you? It's good to see you. I used to have a running gag with Jovette that she would come conveniently at the end. well get a touch of blue on these. Put some of these blue guys, they're smaller. We'll put them back there somewhere, kind of chilling out. Put them back there. They're a little bluish. Front of the mountain there. Most of this is dry, so I can kind of tease a few over here a little lower. I have people look for them. It's all right. You know, a little on the horizon there, like that. And they're a little bit bluish white, so let's have a few people look for them. It's all right. I even we'll put a couple down here too. Yeah, we got a couple of them flying down in this formation down here, looking for little fishies. Okay. Actually, I'd make him bigger. He's brighter. Let's make him a little larger. There, back down there like that. What is this painting? Just so the title applies, I think I said wave, say hi or something like that. But, you know, wave painting, rocks. That's about it, really. None other than just to paint something. And I haven't done a wave painting in a minute. I very rarely do them anymore. I used to do a bunch of these. Sunsets, waves, nighttime waves. I just haven't did any, really. I think I'll just use alizarin crimson for my name today. I'll put some white in it. Just different color today. Throw it right here. Boy, it got dark out. I gotta take the dog out in this mess. Actually. I caught a wave. Boy, the joke books is abound today. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'll pan the camera back. I'll get rid of my face, get rid of that guy up. Well, you guys see my finger, so I'll get rid of this up here. Get rid of this right here. Yeah, and then I'll show you what it looks like somewhat in a frame. I forgot what size this is. It's 12 by something, maybe 12 by 19, I don't know. I think it's 12 by 19. Let's see, it's 12, might be 12 by 18 with this one. Yeah, no. What are you? I think yeah, you are 12 by 18. This is a 16-inch ruler, obviously. It's 12 by 18, this one. I cut it to my own specified shape, and yeah, but it's nothing but watercolor paper on top of spray glued on foam board. Very sturdy, very light. I'll hit the focus one more time. I'm gonna have to hit it again when I zoom out. But Thank God for touch cameras. Okay, let's take the tape off. How about let's close the window? Ah, there's the thunder. Guess I won't be taking the dog out tonight. At least not yet. Not with all that going on. I don't think I can reach that one there, but I can reach you. Come here. Okay, let's peel the tape off. I do work with heavy body acrylic, not oil. That choice was made to me actually by my pets when they were babies, little kitties and puppies. They would get into everything, including the chemicals used for oil, which is obviously fatal to little nosy animals. So I made the conscious decision to kind of stop with the oil painting until they got older. And as they got older, I never stopped with the acrylic painting. I just kept going. So, but that's the reason why I don't do oil paints as much. And now that I can do them, I have no place to put them to dry. Unless I build a spot specifically for them, because it takes a while for them to dry. So, you know. All right, we're gonna get rid of me and get rid of the palette. So I go first. Goodbye. You should still be able to hear me. All right, there you go. That's what she looks like. Okay. For right now. I have to haul myself out of my chair for a second. Excuse my head. Because while I'm on this side of the room, I might as well shut the shades. It does look ugly outside. Okay, what was I gonna do? Yes, pan this out. Let's pan this out a little bit. There we go. I have to take this off to put the let's see if it works. Always has a different look when you put them in a frame. Obviously this frame does not fit this painting, but you'll get the general idea, more or less. Yeah, you guys can see it. Let's see if the tape sticks to it today. It could be, no, I don't think it will. Tape can be temperamental, and I don't think it's gonna stick at all. So I'm gonna have to hold it up. It's because this painting is a little too large for the frame. Oh, you guys can't really, I have to aim it downward. No, I think you guys can see this. Yeah, you guys can see it. You guys are good. Yeah, you guys can see it. Anyway, this is what it would look like in a frame. I know, black frame, black board, sue me. But anyway, it would look something like that. All right. Okay. I'm done balancing it now. But it looks like this. I usually keep it up there for a while because I do download these when I'm done. Usually takes a day for me to download them, and I put them in my own personal files. Usually on disc or MP4. Let me put my stand back. Let's put this back to where you guys can see it again. A lot of this is already dry, so that's why I'm touching it the way I am. Okay, but anyway, there you go, guys. Let me sit back down here. It's always a circus act for me to sit down. I change things around, so even though the camera's at a better angle, and every time I do adjustments, I have to fix it, and I don't know what I did with my stylus. Oh, okay. Hold on, it's out of focus, big time. All right. Anyway, yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, there you have it, guys. Put it right there. I think I'm able to pop my face back on there again, the letter M. Yep, there we are. All right. Anyway, yeah, there you go. 8:03. Okay, usually I'm starting a video a couple hours past this time, as a matter of fact, but decided to do one. I'll take a picture of this. I'll be posting it in a few minutes or so. Give me about 30 minutes or whatnot. I'll make a thumbnail of this. I'll keep the goofy title and all of that. And yeah, I could have glazed some dark spots in here in a way to make it kind of add more depth to it and all that fun stuff. But I think you guys kind of get the gist of it. I did a lot of playing around with the clouds. I meant for it to look like something else, and it, because of the fan blowing, the glycerin drying, turned into something else. So at least I had to scumble the clouds, which is no big deal. And you know, there's a lot of stuff going around, action happening out in there anyway, and whatnot. And when it totally dries, you'll still see the waves and stuff going on all back there. You're not going to see it because of the glare of the light in this area here and all of that. But all of that is in there, is happening and whatnot and what have you. All that fun stuff. So, okay guys, let me get my little toy here and get prepared to log out of this thing. All right, Yvette, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to see you and hear from you. Well, guys, okay, I don't know why I did that. Well, guys, I appreciate you. I thank you very much, and I shall see you when I see you.